I had a presentation, and as I was going through some of the recordings, it mentioned different aspects of chunking and how the brain processes information. So I incorporated that into the presentation, which made it a lot more fluid and I guess concise. So before preparing for the presentation, I was a little nervous, so I used some of this submodality training that you use, the VAK, and changed the situation so that I was more confident. So I did the little slingshot thing that you did in the
Okay,
last
so the
class.
swoosh, yeah, the
Yeah, the
swoosh,
swoosh.
yeah.
And that changed my mindset, and I was able to go in with confidence.
How cool is that? Could you actually feel the physiology change when you did it?
I did.
I found myself listening in a different way to conversations
Yeah.
and watching people. And I've done quite a few CV reviews, particularly in the last week or so. And when I was asking questions, it's much easier on Zoom, I think, to watch their eyes and where they're looking from. So I found that quite interesting.
And is it CV reviews on Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fabulous because there's a slight delay on Zoom.
Yeah.
And you'll actually see someone, all of a sudden their eyes will go up and their eyes will go down. And you can really look at them without the sort of discomfort you would get if it was in real life where you're actually staring at their eyes.
There was one person, and what was really interesting is their eyes only moved from side to side. They never went up and they never went down. So they must have been so auditory.
Yeah.
And it was literally just side to side. And I would never have noticed that before.
So what difference did that make for you as a recruitment professional, watching and noticing that?
I started to moderate my language and use more auditory words. So I hear what you're saying. How did that sound? And in using that. And it did help the conversation because I wasn't then having to explain the question again.
Yes.
I've started to hear the news in a very different way. Yeah, I'm starting listening to how their language is used and also people being interviewed. And I'm thinking, wow, they must have done your course.
It helps you become much more aware of the amount of influences that are around, whether they're conscious or unconscious. And that's what I always say about NLP training at this level is you start to tune up. This is all tuning up your calibrating skills. And you start to hear things in a slightly different way. And it helps you question.
Doing reframing a lot, not just with my colleague, just last night, actually, and with my client, because one of his key employees resigned and he called me immediately in a panic.
Yeah.
So then we just went through some reframing language to get him to come and let him, and that allowed him to see that this is an opportunity for him to really get this position the way he wants, the right person in the position, and train them properly. So it's actually an opportunity to move his company forward.
Okay. And it's great when someone is in a panic. Oh, someone's resigned, they've left, and all this panic they're going into, and being able to take that situation and to be able to turn it round so that they're able to see it from a different angle, a different approach. Yeah.